So obviously this is the newest Chicago series. It seems like they never really end.
That's true.
Yeah. I was wondering, how does it feel to be part of the team now?
Feels great.
It's great. We got a job.
Yeah.
Like, and not only that, it's a job with great words on the page. We have an amazing cast, an amazing crew. And look, I mean, you always hear people saying, "Oh, we have this great and this great," but it doesn't always happen. There's no bad apples in our bunch.
And so far, we've got a job we really enjoyed.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, really, really good people to be around. Good stories being told, and we get challenged week by week to get in there and try to do a great job in telling them.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of crossovers between all of these shows. Do you see yourselves maybe, especially like something like PD, and do you guys see yourselves crossing into that? Are there already talks about that?
Yeah, our show started on PD. That was how it got. That was how it was
Launched.
born. Last year in March, we shot a crossover with PD. It was called Justice, funny enough, and out of that came our regular show.
Right.
And then last night we had a big 3-hour crossover with Fire, PD, and us, and we crossed over. You were on.
Yeah, I was on fire.
I was on Med. You were on fire, baby.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you were on point.
And then we've done other crossovers and other episodes that are their show, and we just come on because it's about a case that involves our department,
Right.
which is justice.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have an amazing chemistry, I got to say, in person. It's really, I mean, honestly, Carl, obviously you have such a history behind comedy and everything.
Yeah.
Do we ever see any of that, like twinkles of that, maybe?
I try not to twinkle. I do my damnedest not to twinkle.
Mark Jeffries isn't a twinkler.
He's not a twinkler, not at all.
No.
It's not a comedic show. It's
Right.
a show where
Of course.
these guys are very serious about what they do, and of course the stakes are really high all the time because my character, Mark Jeffries, is an elected official, and so if the job isn't done and done well, he's out.
Yeah.
So he's not a guy who's laughing about it a lot.
true.
You know, he's making sure, doing his damnedest to make sure the job is done, protecting the city.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
taking the
Hey,
time
thank you
out.
so much. Cheers.
Appreciate it. So you guys have a great chemistry in real life and on camera. Can you speak a little bit about how you guys developed that?
We're really good actors. Can't stand it. But anyway, you're not rolling, eh?
Oh no, yeah.
No, I love her. We tend to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's the great part of the job when this is our job. But then when you get to work with great people and you can have as much fun at work, and out of work, together with the cast, with the crew, makes life a whole lot easier.
So you guys have a pretty close relationship then with your cast and crew on the show. Now from
Absolutely,
it seems like.
yeah.
Can
The
you
whole
speak a little bit about
actors, the whole team of actors, Jamie, Audrey, Ashley, Rob, Luke, Michelle, all the writers, all the crew. There's just a really, really good chemistry. There's a good synergy. They work really hard, but it just makes working on the job a lot more fun.
And it makes going, like Friday nights, if we finish late or it's early enough to go to a bar, we'll go to a bar and it's just, basically we take over that bar really because there's a lot of us. Like, the cast, the crew, whatever.
Yeah. It's a Blindspot bar. It turns into that.
But but it's fun and it's, it's a nice sort of way to wind down. And know that, it's like we have that sort of relationship and that working relationship where it's not, all right, Friday night, cut, and it's the final cut, and then we'll just walk. It's like, well, all right, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Right. And you guys have a particularly kind of topsy-turvy relationship through the season. And
In the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I was just about to say. So it seems
Yeah.
like it stays separate from from the whatever the Blindspot bar, as I'm going to call it. Yeah. So I was just wondering, what else could we expect from your guys' characters in terms of this roller coaster that we've been
being
taking
a
on so far?
woman, and women tend to be right, she made the right decision that they should end it and focus on their work.
Do you want to tell the photographers to be quiet?
Shh.
Excuse me, cameraman. Shh. We're filming over here. I know. Well, they boss us around so much that now I'm going to boss them around. Shh. We're filming.
Hey, actually, listen.
They have a lot of
not
respect
there.
for Sally, yeah. They've seen his work on Blindspot. Everybody knows not to mess with Sally.
Got blown away.
Yeah, I even forgot what we were talking about.
No, you're talking about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about you. I was giving you a compliment.
Oh, shit, really? Okay. I'm really nice to work with.
Yeah, everybody is really nice.
Yeah, listen. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here real quick for you guys. Keep it simple.
Really funny.
Yeah. How has it been? Like, so what could we expect from your characters in terms of this roller coaster of emotions that we've already been taking on? Could it get any crazier?
Blindspot can always get crazy.
Yeah. It's, and that's the great part of the show. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, so therefore the fans definitely don't know what's going to happen. But that's the exciting part.
Great.
Like
There are some really good explosive storylines.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially with yours, and the last episode was extremely kind of up in
Yeah.
the air. So,
You'll find
is there any
out.
little spoiler you can
You'll
maybe
find
give?
out next
Well, the
episode.
spoiler is she's still here. She's still talking to us.
March,
So-
8 p.m. NBC.
Yeah.
ET. Sorry.
Yes.
You'll find out what her fate is.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time out to talk to me.
Really appreciate it.
The opening scene of like the teaser was this extremely intense, morally kind of reprehensible action that is arguably that you're doing. How does your character remain likable throughout the entire season with all these like sort of anti-hero actions, I guess?
Well, I think the great thing about redemption is that we are anti-heroes. Scotty is a big anti-hero, so she'll be likable to some and despicable to others. And I think I love her. I think she's amazing. I think she's doing things in the best possible way that she can. But like everybody in the world, she's not just one simple thing. She's complex.
So obviously this is a spin-off of the hugely popular Blacklist series. My curiosity is, do you see, we have Chicago coming in here, and they constantly have these like ins and outs between each series. Do you see yourself having your character come on to Blacklist and their character, and you guys kind of
It's
intertwining?
possible. I mean, we all have contracts that make that possible. It hasn't really happened much yet. We'll see a little bit in Redemption in our first season, and from then on we'll have to see if we go again and if more of that would happen or not.
Okay. And can you tell us what's the most compelling thing about your character that you think is just the most really?
I like her. I love Scotty's complexity. I think that it's really unique to see somebody who is that strong and that vulnerable, all in the same breath, basically. Somebody who's powering through everything, no matter what comes in her way, and that doesn't always mean that she's ruthless. It just means sometimes that she's so broken that the only way is to move forward with it. And the fact that we get to do that on network TV and have a character who's so complex and interesting and unique, I'm thrilled and honored to play her.
And last question, what actually got you involved with the project? What made you want to get on an NBC show?
Well, I think it was just partly happenstance. I've been doing a little bit TV, but not much. How to Get Away with Murder, and I worked for Netflix for 3 years, and I did Nip Tuck, for a whole season years ago. But this came about, and it just was the right character at the right time, and I'm here. I'm thrilled.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thrilled to be working with NBC. Thrilled to be working on this character, but my entire cast of awesome.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your alliances and friendships, they become increasingly more complicated.
Yes.
And you're a bad guy and then you're a good guy. There's a lot of double agency sort of going on.
Yeah.
Can you speak about your character's experience going through that? These roller coaster of emotions, I guess?
Yeah, I think one of the themes of the Blacklist is that there is no real clear line between good and bad. And Liz is always coming from having the best of intentions. And which side of the law she lands on really is up to chance. So I think that it's more about her navigating a darker world than she's used to.
Right.
And because of the exposure she has because of Raymond Reddington.
And now you've returned back to the FBI. You're now back to being an agent, I believe, or is there there's another twist?
I am an agent.
Yeah. Sorry?
Try to keep up.
Are you, well, it's hard, with all the,
It's difficult. I forgive you.
So I got to be honest with you. Are we expecting any more shakeups with your character this season?
Well, we're going to do an origin story for Mr. Kaplan when we come back on April 20th. So not that episode, but coming up this season is one of the best written episodes I've ever read, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. But it's the origin story for Mr. Kaplan, and that says a lot about Liz's life as a baby and a lot about her connection to Reddington at that point.
Well, now that there's been this launch of the spin-off series, Redemption, do you see the two shows kind of intertwining like Dick Wolf has done with Chicago, another NBC show? Or
Well, I'm on both shows, so I'm sort of the link between the two shows. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you expect the other characters like it actually having a much more intertwining?
It looks like they're playing with the idea of doing that. I think that it always comes down to how essential it is, but the Liz-Tom relationship is really essential, so they're going to have Ryan and I go in between the two. So he and I are the link, really,
Great.
I think. But I can't promise that I know for sure, but I just know from what we've shot so far, that it's just me. I'm sorry, I'm all you got. I'm it.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough.
Okay,
honestly.
thank you.